Well, hello, this is Linda with in North Central Texas, back at you again today. I've got to rake my yard. It's time to start filling up my bin back there so it'll have time to break down for the spring. Make sure the camera's still on. Time for the leaves to start falling again. I'll have so many here I won't be able to get them all up. I got the camera at a bad angle. Try putting it over here. I have so many trees, but I love the shade. And there'll be so many falling, I'll never get them all raked up if I don't start raking them already right now. I'm gonna have to go get my wheelbarrow. I gotta cut some tree limbs. I'm bumping my head on the tree limbs when I walk under. They're a little bit too low. I mean, I'm 5'2" or 3" and they're hanging down low enough that I gotta. I have to fill up these bins. And also this. Nobody said composting in place and gardening was not work, because it is work. Get these bins filled up. By springtime, I'll have a lot of good soil to work with for planting in the springtime. Planning ahead. Yeah, because mainly I'm waiting on my plants that I've already planted to produce their crop. Seeing to it that they keep watered, that type of thing. And then I start working on getting my compost and my soil ready for in the fall. I mean in the spring. So when I can use all this broken down compost and food scraps to plant my spring crop. And like I said, this is a no-turn compost pile. I found that if you fill up your bins, can't tell where I'm looking. If you fill up your compost bins now, add food scraps as the winter months go by springtime, you're going to have good soil to plant in. And like I said, you can just take your totes, 5-gallon buckets, and start building them as well. Which I'm going to do as soon as I figure out where I want that 5-gallon bucket planter to go. I haven't decided exactly where I want to put it yet, because wherever I decide to put it, that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to be moving it again. And I want to do that before I decide where it's going to be put. mean, I want to decide where it's going to be put before I try to fill up the buckets with scraps and broken down leaves and twigs and that type of thing. Yeah, but it's all work. But it's good work. I mean, everybody needs to get outside and work on something. Whether it's your garden or just maintaining your yard. But there goes the school bus. I've always got some kind of noise. It's either the AC unit, automobiles going by, trucks going by, buses going by, or something's going on. It's never quiet. But that's okay. That's just life, I guess. But I got to get back to raking and getting this done, so I'll catch you in a minute. I also wanted to show you, you might wonder why I've got these wood pieces bordering around here. That's because I also fill in with leaves. And I do that even in my cinder blocks over here. And what that does is it not only turns to compost, but it keeps the weeds down around flower pots or vegetable pots and my tea buckets, compost tea buckets. Ah. I guess I can dump them over, can I? Maybe not dump all of them, but some of them. You have to. But all those leaves will eventually break down and turn to soil. But it also works to keep my leaves at bay. I mean my weeds at bay, I'm sorry. Can't even talk straight today. That's another thing that you can do with your leaves. And I'll show you over here how just fill it full of leaves. And you can see I've got all the leaves over here on the ground, and I need to add more. And I will, as I'm found a couple of okra. They're not big ones, but I got a few in the house, so I'll add these couple to the other ones when I cook some later. But you can see there's leaves all down there. That's so I don't have to weed, pull grass, and mow in between my tubs where I plant my vegetables or my pots. And I try to leave leaves up here where I put them up against the pots. That way I don't have to worry about weeds growing around my pot so much, and I can just mow the rest of the yard and not have to worry about hitting my pots when I mow. Because I've got my cinder blocks bordering my garden. Yeah, I got a lot more raking to do. And I even put them around those out there, the watermelon and the cantaloupe. I keep leaves around the pots and the grow bags and everything else. And I border them with rocks so when I mow, I don't hit my pots. Because you know what happens if you hit a mower blade, or in my case, a mower string, it will cut right through the pots, the grow bags, and everything else. And I've got to get more mulch down too. I got mulch down, started putting it back there, but I see some weeds are growing up through it. But I need to really have a couple of loads of dirt put back here at the back of my lot. But I just haven't done it. Right now I'm concentrating on filling these bins up, because I've already got this one started with compost, food scraps and stuff, and I'm going to get this one started as well as this here. So, and I've been noticing my peppers, they're looking so much good. They're looking really good. And I got more tomatoes coming on my bush there. There, got one there. There's one over there. And I got a ton more of eggplant. I'm going to have to pick for too much longer. Whew. It's just a little bit of work, but you know, everybody needs exercise, so doesn't hurt anybody to sweat a little bit. I got more and more tomatillos popping out on my plants, and I just watered yesterday, but everything is wilted down today. It's because it's just so hot and humid today. Everything is just suffering. Well, look at there, I got peppers there. Ah, I knew I had bell peppers. There's a bell pepper right there. But these other ones are hot peppers. They're jalapenos or habaneros or something else. So, anyway, with that, I got to cool off a little bit. I tell you, it doesn't take much raking in this heat to really do you in. And I'm sweating like crazy. The doctor should be proud. I'm not supposed to be raking, but he tells me to sweat. So what am I going to do? Just get out here and sit down and sweat? That'd drive me crazy. So I just get out in the yard and try to do a little bit of something. I just don't try to overdo. But you can see my hair is wet with sweat already. And I picked another cucumber off of this thing yesterday. And I got another little one. Where is he? Right there. I don't know if I can even show that. I don't know if I'm showing it. But this one was like a 4-inch cucumber just hanging on one of the vines going over the tomato cages that I had been missing the whole time. Never even saw it until yesterday when I walked through. And that's like I say, you walk through and you don't see stuff. You miss it. I mean, it can be hanging right there in front of you and you don't see it. And then all of a sudden, see, there's a pepper. So I'm going to go in the house and cool off for a few minutes. And y'all have a blessed afternoon or evening. And I'll see you on the next video.